Okay, I am back for the one trade per day strategy. It is Tuesday, September 30th. Today is a unique day. It has moved down over 300 ticks from the code 2, USA code 2, the previous code to this one. This is the second one. The first one moved 300 ticks today, which is only happens maybe once every 3 months, 6 months, something like that. It doesn't happen too often that it moves down 300 ticks like this. So what's going to happen today with this particular code, I'm not sure. It may move, it may not. I don't know. What I'd prefer to see it do is go down, give a short entry for a continuation of the move down. That would be a good trade, because at that point it could move down quite a bit more. Otherwise, there's a chance that it's going to die just like yesterday, because yesterday it moved 160 ticks, today it moved a whopping 300 ticks. And the Euro code did nothing. The Euro code did absolutely nothing. And then the other one moved 300 ticks, and then this code may do absolutely nothing. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, wait a second. Alright. I wasn't paying attention. Just gave a buy entry. I was smart, huh? Oh, I'm sitting there not even paying attention and they're talking. I just gave a buy entry. Oh, no big deal. I didn't miss it by much. So it did the opposite of what I was hoping it would do. I was hoping it would give a short entry, but you know, got to follow the code. I've got to get this phone. Okay, I took this trade. I'm going to show you the outcome of it in just a little bit. I've got guys coming in right now to come fix my water heater. It exploded on me today. One of the water heaters and flooded everything out on this one room. So anyway, getting that taken care of. But this is the code. It gave a buy entry. Should be good for 20 ticks, I think. Yeah, it should be good for 20 ticks after the 300 tick move today. And I will come back and show you the outcome of that trade. I'll tell you, after that 300 tick move today, I got to get myself into a different time zone. Either that or just bite the bullet and get up at 5:30 every morning, which I don't really want to do. I just need to get myself into a different time zone, which I'm ready to do right now. I'm just not sure which way I want to go. East or west? If I go west, I gotta go a long ways west to get in the right time zone. If I go east, I can go to east coast of the United States. It's not so easy to go just about anywhere, you know, because you can't stay unless you get some special visa. You know, it's not exactly if I had my choice, I'd move to Hawaii, but Hawaii is the worst time zone in the whole world. It is. It's the absolute worst possible time zone you could be in, unless of course you like to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. If you don't mind that, then it's no problem. But if you don't want to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, then it is a very bad time zone to try and trade markets. So Hawaii, even though I love it, like to go over to Kauai, is just pretty much out of the question. But you know, there's a decent chance that this one won't really do anything today, because it already has moved over 300 ticks. And that's, you know, going above and beyond what it normally does move. So it may just not do much. Just like it's been that way on Friday, and then it was that way yesterday, and it could be that way today. Or it may move up a quick 20 ticks, no problem. I wouldn't expect it to move up very much though, because this is just a quick 20 ticks back up after it's already gone down over 300. You know what I'm saying? This is like threading the needle on the chart using the code 2. And don't get me wrong, 20 ticks is nice. I mean, this is a good trade. With the days that they don't come, you just don't take an entry, therefore you don't lose, you don't win. On the days they do come, you pretty much win, 70-80% of the time. So you make good money. It's a good trade. But it's hard to compare 20 ticks to a 300 tick potential. Well, let's not even think of that in that terms, because 300 ticks only comes around once in a while. 100 ticks. It's good for 100 ticks every day, just about. 9 times out of 10, it's good for 100 ticks or more. So, like last week we had a 140, we had a 120, and then there was another 120, and today's 300. There was a 200 the week before, and then a 200 the week before that. Now this week we've got a 300. It's heating up with respect to the range and the ticks, but it's not so much heating up with respect to the 3 code 2s. The Eurocode did nothing. This one remains to be seen whether it's going to do anything or not. We do have a buy entry though. We have a technical buy entry off of code 2. Remember the last few days we haven't gotten an entry because there was no entry off of it. There's a specific logic that you follow for the entry, and there was no entry. It didn't come. It didn't happen. But today it did. So there is a buy entry off this code today. Remains to be seen what's going to happen. But there is a good chance, even though it did give a buy entry, that it really won't do much. It just, because it's already moved 300 ticks. That's where the move was. And lately, that's where the move has been. So basically, that's the code you want to focus in on right now. First USA code 2. Follow the pattern. And that one's good for 100 ticks. So maybe I'm just going to go ahead and start getting up early every day here while I'm in this time zone, and then I'll get myself into another time zone and make it easier on myself. Like if I go to Florida, that's 9 o'clock in the morning. I mean, that's a gravy train there. Go wake up at 8, get some coffee and get ready to trade. Be wide awake by 9, and be ready to go. Whereas here, I get up at 5:30, get ready to trade at 6, and I'm still super tired and can barely trade. But with the code, I can do it, no problem. I just wish I didn't have to. But then again, that's where all the money's at, right? You got to go where the money's at. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and start doing it. But I got to get myself out of here, out of this time zone, ready to move. I just don't know where to go. that's my problem. I can go anywhere I want, but I don't know where to go. Kind of pathetic. Anyway, I'm gonna go somewhere, and then this will be a lot easier for me. What I'm thinking about doing is moving to the other side of the world and starting an offshore fund, like a hedge fund type of an account, and trade and let people invest in it and stuff and become a part of it if they want. I'm thinking about doing something like that. Or I'll just trade on my own, whichever. But one thing I do want to do though is really start helping people to really learn how to do this. Now I'm going to figure out a way to do this. I'm going to start the charting. That'll really help people. I'm thinking about doing like a free class for everybody who's purchased every 2 weeks to keep them on top of everything. Let them ask questions. Let me tell them what's going on right now. The whole bit. to keep everybody sort of updated. I think that could work. That could help, help people. The charting will definitely help people. In fact, the charting is really where it's at. If you really want to learn how to do this, my charting service I'm going to start up here just shortly will really help you. Because not only will I chart out the code, I'm going to chart out the code within the code. And teach it. Not chart it out. I'm going to teach it mathematically. And we'll call each one a different name, and I'll show exactly how they work, and then you can start to look for them and follow them, find them, and see them, and take the trades and get them right with a very high degree of accuracy, because there's all kinds of flaws within the program that I can point out to you, not just what I call the code. There's the code within the code, or let's put it this way, the code is much larger than what I've shown. So that's what I'm going to do with the charting, and we'll take this to a whole nother level with respect to mastering this code. So, like for instance, I got a question from a good client, and I think he's really trying to learn, and he's probably going to listen to this video. And it looks like he might be having a little trouble with the code. Yeah, the first USA code too. Looks like he's having a little trouble with that. So I just need to go take him and go show him the secret on how to know where the code 2 is. It was very, very simple this morning. It's just that it's just that one little thing. If you just can teach somebody the secret of what to do, what to look for, then they'll know it. And I think that one of the problems with my videos is they're so complex in their complexity. There's so much knowledge and information in them that people get a little overwhelmed. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to do a new course, and I'm going to start segmenting all the different trades and call them different things, and then show exactly how to do that one trade. And then you can just focus in on one trade, take it, master it, and then when you master it, then you can go to the another trade and master it if you want, or just master one trade. You don't even need to take all the trades. It's just that everybody around the world is different, though. Comes at different, that their time zone is different, so it's different for them. Some people can trade the USA, some people can trade the Euro. That's another thing that the charting will do, is it'll show you where the money's at right now, and then you can just focus in on that area. That'll help too. That'll really help a lot. The charting service is invaluable, and I really think after all the things that I've done that's the best way to help people to the finer points of the code, plus to stay on top of the code the whole time. I think that's where everybody's getting confused, is that they're not able to stay on top of the code. That's what the charting service will do for you. Stay on top of it the whole entire time, so that you always know where it's at, always know what's working, and always knowing what to look for at all times, every day. All you got to do is look at yesterday to know what to do today. So, anyway, we'll see if this thing can make 20 ticks today. It might. It might. We'll see. Still got lots of time left for it to make it. So anyway, but if it gets up to like here or so, 38 or so, something like that, I'm going to place a break-even stop on it. It's appropriate, because if you were to look at the daily chart right now, you'd see that we went straight down over 300 ticks. We're at the bottom of the daily chart. It's all red. The bottom of a 300 tick move. Alright? If you look at the 10-minute chart, you see the same thing. We're at the bottom of the 10-minute chart, over 300 ticks down. So we're going the opposite way that it's been going. So we're sort of threading the needle here. And it's too risky to hold it once it gets going a little bit, because it might go to here and then come all the way back down. If it does that, I want to place a break-even stop. No reason to take a loss on this trade. And if it does go up to there, if it is going to do the 20 ticks, it'll probably just keep going and hit the 20 ticks. But if it doesn't, then it'll stop, come back down, hit the break-even stop. We're protected. That's how you should play this. And why? Why should you play it like that? Because we're going the opposite way that this thing has been going all day long. And it's gone over 300 ticks down. So what I call that is threading the needle. We're just trying to go for a 20 ticks back up after it's gone over 300 ticks down. And it may not go up a whole lot and then come back down again. So anyway, I'll come back in a little bit and we'll see what happens with this trade, and I'll show you if I place a break-even stop on it. Just want to update you really quick. It's not doing anything. And if you were to look at the 10-minute chart, you would see it's just completely going sideways on the 10-minute. 100% just going sideways. And that's somewhat normal after it making such a huge move like that. Remember, I explained in the previous video yesterday that it's only good for so many ticks a day. And yesterday it was good for 160. Today it's over 300. It's about 320 or so. Yeah, roughly 320, I think. Actually, no, it's 350. 350 ticks today. That's what it's good for. 350 ticks. So you can see it's this whopping move down it made, right? That it doesn't make very often. And it's just basically going sideways now. Even off this code 2, because it just, even the code 2 for the euro went sideways, because it was setting up for it to make this big move off the 1 code, which is the main code. This is just a smaller code. But we may be able to squeeze, if it pops above there, we might be able to get 20 out of it. Still, there's a mathematical possibility. Otherwise, I'll probably just close it out soon for whatever I've got. I'll give it like another half hour, maybe an hour. That's all. And wherever it's at there, I'll just go ahead and take it closed out. But again, though, if it reaches about 38 or so, I'm going to... if it breaks above here, reaches about 38, I'm going to place a break-even stop on it, then I'll let it go. It'll either make it or it won't at that point. And you'll see I get break-even stops hit, they get hit. There's nothing you can do about that, but those break-even stops protect you from losses. That's what's important. It's almost there now. I'll go ahead and get ready to place it. It's 37. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and place it here. $91.26 will be the stop. $91.26 on the stop. Okay, break-even stop in place. Now it's either going to make the exit up at 45, or it's going to come all the way back down and hit the break-even stop. One of the two. Now you could say, why don't you just take the profit right here? Well, I could if I wanted to. But see, this is just a game of mathematics. If technically speaking, regardless of what it did today, it's going to mathematically make that 20 ticks, then you want to keep that 20 ticks out there and let it go. If it does come down and hit the break-even stop, which is 1 penny, stops go off at market. Always place your stops off at market. Don't ever place them off at limit. If it goes off, it's going to go off at market, all right? And it'll probably get me out right about there, 91.25. Sometimes it does it better, but usually it'll get you out there. Sometimes it does it even a little bit worse, but it just depends. But that's just a parachute, you know? That's just to keep things from going. So I could go turn my back on this trade now and just let it go. Let it go. Either hits it or it doesn't. When you play this long term and you're not doing this as just as a start, and you're doing this long term and you're making money, this is how you should play it. This is how you should play it, period. But I know that some people would just be like, oh, I got some profit, I'll just take it, I'll just go. And there'll be times when you'd be right. Like, for instance, it might go to that 40 right there and then come all the way back down. It could easily happen. And you'd be like, oh, patting yourself on the back that you did right. Other times it'll keep on going, hit the exit, and you go, oh man, I could have made an extra, 5-6 ticks. It's, it's money, right? Try not to beat yourself up no matter what you do. If you get out and it goes back up and you didn't get it, don't beat yourself up. If you go for it and then it comes all the way back down, don't beat yourself up. All that matters is that over the long term, every month, you're making money. You don't have to play the same way I do, but I'm just showing you the way I do it. I've played it many different ways, and this is the way I like to play it. We are threading the needle here, so if I would have went for 15 ticks, I think I would have got it. But regardless, if you just always go for it, whenever it makes it, you'll always hit it. And how many times does it make it? How many times have you said to yourself, boy, I wish I just would have stayed in? It made it. If only I just would have stayed in, I would have made it with it. Well, that happened to me so many times, I finally just said, you know what? That makes no mathematical sense. Just play it mathematically. Every time it makes it, you make it with it. Period. When it doesn't make it, it doesn't make it. Don't cry, don't complain. But every time it does, you make it with it. And guess what happens when that happens? You make money. You get into a game where you always play it tight, and then every time you lose, you're losing more than you want. That doesn't work. You must be able to make it. So anyway, I'm going to get going. I'll show you the outcome of this trade. Just another trade, but you know something? All the money's in the USA code, so I'm going to start getting up early and start taking it. Even though it's going to kill me to get up early again. But I'm going to get myself out of here and get to another time zone, and then I'll be able to trade it easily. Very easily. If it came 9 o'clock in the morning, like on the East Coast, I can trade it every day like a piece of cake. And make a tremendous amount of money. So anyway, I'll be back, show you the outcome of this trade. It made another little move up right there to 39. 40's the break. But again, I just want to reiterate why I'm placing a break-even stop on this trade. You don't see me do that, too often. The reason why is because this thing has moved down all day today, straight down 350 ticks. And now we're trying to get 20 ticks to go back up again, threading the needle on this chart. All right? Now it may go up 40, 50 ticks, 60 ticks. But still, it's threading the needle mathematically, okay? And so that's why you want to, this is a trade you want to protect. It could easily just come back down and go hit your 20 tick stop very easily. Like a continuation of the move down, or go back down to the bottom of where it was. Alright? So this trade inherently is risky. That's why once you get out ahead, place the break-even stop, let it go. But why? Because it went down 350 ticks today. Check the 10-minute chart. Check the daily chart. If you look at the daily chart, you'll see that we made this huge move down, straight down, red bar. We're at the bottom of the red bar on the daily. Okay? I mean, that's, that's time to play it safe. You can go for the code 2 trade like I'm going for, but it's time to play it safe. Don't let it come all the way back down and then go hit your stop, because it easily could. Just like that's why I said earlier that I wanted this thing to give a short entry, because that would be a continuation of the move. That way it could have moved even more, but right now we're just threading the needle here, trying to thread the needle to get 20 ticks. There was 15 right there. I mean, I could have took it if I wanted to. But again, I'm going to show you how over and over again I'm going to go for it every time. Now, if it doesn't, there's going to be a certain amount of times it won't make it, and it will hit my break-even stop. I don't know what the percentage is on that. Sometimes it'll seem like it does it, 1, 2, 3 days in a row, and then it won't do it for a while, and then it goes back to doing it again, then it'll kind of go back and forth. It'll go all over the gambit on what it does. But you'll see that by going for it every time, you'll see how I come out ahead. And that's what I want to show you. It's mathematics. So I'll come back and I'll show you the outcome of the trade. Just need to go up 5 more ticks above where it's previously gone, and it'll get me out. And if not, then it'll come back down and hit the break-even trade. If it doesn't get me out within an hour for sure, I'll get out myself manually and just exit the trade. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, I just placed the stop at 37 because right now it's setting up to go for a code 1 short entry, and we're running late in the day. We're running late in the day right now. It's setting up to do a possible code 1 short entry. Hasn't given it yet, but I placed the stop at the area that if it did, it would get me out. So instead of writing it down. So there's certain times I'll do something like this because A, it's running late in the day. I'd like to go ahead and get out of this trade now. B, if it did it would give a code 1 short entry. No telling how far down that will come. It may not come very far down. It may keep going back up, but it's just an indicator that it's a possibility it might come back down now at that point. And so I just let it get me out there if it did, and I'll take it and walk away. It's not to say it's the right decision, it's just a decision, And if it does come all the way back down, it'd be better to take, what is that, 25, 35, it's 12 ticks. 12 ticks. I could take more right here if I wanted to. But it might, if it breaks, it'll go up and it should hit the exit, no problem, if it breaks. It's just a question of whether it'll break or not. So anyway, I'll come back, show you the trade, but this trade has been a little too dead for my taste lately. So I'm going to start getting up early and trading the big one. That's good for 100 ticks every day, and today 350 ticks. So I'm going to start getting up for that one. So I'll be back. This thing is moving like a turtle. It really is. It hit 43. So close. So close, but it's just sitting here doing nothing. Anyway, it's really slow because it's already moved 350 ticks. That's why. That's why. It's just a simple answer. So, but as can be seen though, all the money is in one code right now. That's where the real money's at. So I'm gonna start taking that one trade, and there is a way to look at it mathematically, scientifically, okay, that one trade, and just focus in on it like that, and you'll be able to get yourself into the trade, no problem, and be able to make it. I'm going to start demonstrating it every day. I show it to you, put it on camera and show it, so that you can see it for yourself, so that everybody out there in the world can see that, this is where the opportunity is. Oil. It's where it's at. And with the Middle East going on, and all the conflict and everything like that, and things heating up out there, watch out. Oil may really heat up. That's what I'm looking for. I mean, I'm looking for that to happen. So we'll see if it does or not. Anyway, I'll come back and show you the outcome of this trade. It's either, 12 ticks or 20 ticks at this point. 12 or 20. And you see it's inchworming its way up, but it just don't want to make any kind of a move, really. Otherwise, it would just normally just go up and get me out. Anyway, I'll be back. It just went up to 44, but the bid won't come up. It's too low. So the bid needs to come up. Sometimes a bid will come up all the way to the ask real fast, even though it's above. Like it'll jump above the price here, right? It'll jump above that and then get you out. Because it's all a matter of where the bid's at. As soon as that bid touches your ask, touches that part right there, that price, it'll get you out. And it didn't do it yet. 44. It'd need to come up to 45, 46 for the bid to follow it up. Unless the bid jumps up. Sometimes it does that. It's so close. It's funny. It's funny to watch. It's just so close. A lot of people would just exit. I wouldn't blame you for doing so. See, it just hit 45, but the bid didn't come up. The bid didn't come up to the ask, to that price right there. And until it does, it won't get me out. But I am going to adjust the stop because, let me see here, let me calculate this. Stop should be placed at, stop should be placed at, I can't tell. Let me see here. Let me place it at 40. Okay, stop is now at 40. So we'll lock in what, I'm in at 25. That's 15. 15 ticks we'll lock in. That's not bad. I go for that on Fridays, right? But you can see how the price can hit, but not get you out. This bid needs to come up now. One more tick to the ask. And when it does, then it'll get me out. Anyway, just a little mathematical game. But this is small time stuff here. I'm going to start getting up early and taking the big trade, and then I'm going to show you. Then everyone already knows the code, knows all about it already. But people who don't, you're about to get your eyes open, wide open. And but for those of you who do know the code, these videos are going to help you. Plus, I'm going to come out with a charting service. That's really going to help you. Plus, I'm going to come out with, like, let's say I'm going to do a class every 2 weeks for all those people who've purchased. You come in, you're having any trouble, want to ask questions, want to, you know, everything, so that you can stay on top of the code the whole time. I can be there to help you the whole entire time. So, for those of you out there who are ready to start mastering this, ready to start doing this, you put all your effort into it to learn, and I'll put all my effort into it to teach you. So I'll be back, show you the outcome of this trade. Okay, so it just finally got me out. Just shot up to 47 right there. Got me out. So that's a quick 20 ticks. That's how you thread the needle on the chart. Even when you've got a 350 bar on the daily chart going straight down, red, straight down, and we're at the bottom of that. And we just moved off the very bottom of that and took 20 ticks. That's called threading the needle using the code. Okay? But, you know, I'm doing that because I'm on the wrong time zone and I don't like to wake up early. I get up about 9 o'clock here or so, you know, and then I do this one trade at 11 or so, and, you know, it's easy for me, right? It's easy for me to do. But the big money is in the code 2 on the previous code. That's where the big money's at. 350 ticks today, 100 yesterday, I can't remember now. No, 160 yesterday. Yeah, 160 yesterday, that's what it was. And then last week it was, you know, there was 120s and there was 100s and there was a 200, and the week before there was a 200. You know, you can definitely get huge trades off this one code. That's where they're putting it at right now. They're concentrating it at right there. Later they'll move it around, you know, and the euro will start doing something, this will start doing something. But no matter what, that's still the main code. That code is almost always worth 100 ticks every day, no matter if the other codes do something or not, because that's the main code. So I'm going to start taking that trade, and I will show it to you. Those of you who are taking it as well, you can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to teach you through the charting area exactly how to scientifically to look at it and start taking it and get it right the vast majority of time. So those of you out there that want to master this and really want to start making some money at this, the time has come to do it. Because I'm pretty sure this is going to start heating up, and it's going to really be a money maker like there's no tomorrow. So get ready. I'm going to do my part to help you. So I'll be back tomorrow, and if all goes well, tomorrow I'll be up in the morning and take the one trade. Otherwise, I'll come back for this one. Yeah, I'll come back for this one, but otherwise I'll start taking the trade in the morning. Either tomorrow or the next day. Got some things around here I gotta do, but either tomorrow or the next day. So, happy trading out there, traders. Let's go make some money at this oil. There's nothing like it. See you tomorrow.